This question is kind of asking it like it is, but state gun right groups from here in Iowa to Minnesota, even to Georgia, have sent out some emails recently saying that you're very anti-gun when it comes to the Second Amendment. So my question is, how are you going to New Jersey gun owners into thinking that you'll be anything other than a President Michael Bloomberg if you become successful?
Well, because it's not true. So let's start with that. Yeah, does New Jersey have a lot of really difficult gun laws? Yeah, and they were all signed before I became governor. I vetoed that. Well, what about Brian Fletcher? I've already pardoned 3 people who were arrested and pardoned 3 of them. And Brian Fletcher's case is under consideration. But you don't make a decision to pardon somebody in 15 minutes. It's an awesome power and authority. And Brian Fletcher's lawyers have been in contact, and my office has been in contact with them. We're interviewing him, and we're reviewing the situation. But I'm not going to make that decision in 15 minutes, nor should I, nor should you want me to. Because with the stroke... That says what? Well, yeah, okay, so good. The NRA has said that that's the way it has to be, and I may wind up pardoning him. But the NRA hasn't interviewed him. The NRA hasn't met with his lawyers. We are, and we're doing that. And listen, I understand you've got a point of view, but your point of view is dead wrong. Go and look at the record. You just raised the .50 caliber rifle as if that was something that I did. I vetoed it. So I don't know where you're getting your information from, but your information is wrong. I vetoed the .50 caliber ban. I also vetoed the law that was passed and sent to my desk to reduce magazine size from 15 to 10. Now, is that somebody who's anti-gun and anti-gun rights who vetoes that as well? I pardoned Stefan Josie Davis. And we have done the things that have been needed to do that. Well, I understand you're shrugging your shoulders, but what are you shrugging your shoulders about? I mean, I understand if you have a point of view, have a point of view, but have some facts to back it up. What are your facts to back up that I'm anti-gun? Oh, no. All right, so now you're interpreting intent. I had to get muscled into it by who? Who's muscled me? Gun owners across my state? Let me tell you something. I've agreed with gun owners across my state on most issues over the course of time. What they're frustrated about is that we have a Democratic legislature who is incredibly anti-gun and that they can't get those laws changed. Well, listen, here's the news for anybody who's governor or president. You're not emperor or dictator. People in my state want to change these laws? Elect a Republican legislature and the laws will be changed. You keep a Democratic legislature, they're going to be the way they are. So the fact is, I have no problem with defending my record against questions from folks like you or anybody else. But what you're obligated to do, with all due respect, is to have a few facts at your disposal and not just an impression that you want to have. Because the impression is wrong and the facts are wrong. And I'm still waiting for one fact from you about me being anti-gun. Give me one fact. Got one? By the way, I vetoed the state ID system. You're wrong about that too. Steve Sweeney and the Democrats in the legislature put the bill on my desk to have a broad statewide ID system and a statewide ID card, and I vetoed it. So help me out, because you don't have one fact yet, not one. And don't talk to me about who I beat in a primary in 2009, and you think he was more pro-gun. Well, let me tell you this. The Republicans in New Jersey picked me, and they picked me by 20 points. So, by the way, that ad was from 1995. And I'll ask you this. If you've not changed your mind once in 20 years, if you haven't changed your mind once in 20 years on any issue, then I'll tell you you're not a thinking, breathing, living human being. So don't talk to me about being anti-gun as governor and raise something to me that was 20 years ago. And if you want to debate me, come in the top 10, run for president, and come to Fox on Cleveland on August 6th, and I'm happy to debate you. But here's what you'll have to do then, and what you failed to do this morning. Come up with one fact. No, you didn't. One fact and one thing I've done as governor of New Jersey that's done anything, not to support the rights of legal gun owners. This is the kind of garbage that people put out who have an agenda. Work for the candidate you want to work for. That's fine by me. But don't come in front of this group of people and lie about my record, which is what you did.